I think if you have to work to pay your bills, I think that is one definition of being a part of the working class.
So that's
Hold on a second. Wait. If you have to work to pay your bills, that would make you a member of the working class. Well, then Elon Musk would be a member of the working class. What do you mean if? If you have to, who doesn't have to work to pay their bills? See, the very fact that he said that should have made every one of you guys go, wait, what do you mean if? So that encompasses everybody. But see, he's off his teleprompter right now. And listen to this craziness.
everyone with a W-2, is that kind of
1099s too. I think I'm less interested.
So someone making $250,000 a year is working class?
And right there, she's got him. Because now he doesn't have a teleprompter. He's actually having to talk to a New York Times reporter who's probably favorable to him. And he doesn't know how to answer this question right now. It's like, especially in New York. So you're telling me somebody who makes $250,000 is working class? What do I do? What do I say right now? I have to be very careful. And he loses it.
I haven't sat at home and asked myself where it starts and stops.
Who believes that? I haven't sat at home and thought to myself where it starts and where it stops. Your entire platform, the entirety of the Democrat Socialist platform means you guys have gone over numbers over and over and over. And here it is, the basic titular head of the Democrat Socialists. Here we are, he's already mayor, he's already being talked about as a presidential candidate, and they still can't answer one of the two big questions. One of those questions is, what's fair share? Don't know. And number two, what's working class? I haven't really thought about it. Yes, you have. You say it at every speech. We got to protect the working class. We got to make sure that the working class, who's the working class? They can't define these things, and there's one reason why they can't define it. You can't define it because once you define fair share and once you define working class, you've put yourself into a box. You have decided at that point, these are it, working class. I got to be careful here. I haven't really thought about it, though. Yes, you have. Every single one of these socialists. Yes, you have. How do I know you have? Because you can't raise taxes if you don't know who you're going to hit. So yes, you have. Fair share. What is it? I don't know. It's sort of like porn. I'll know when I see it. They can't answer those questions. But he's going to try.
Politically, if you're saying everyone is the working class or anyone that gets a salary is the working class, yes, that opens up your tent. But practically speaking, we are divided by income, and especially if you want to tax people, where you draw those lines matters.
I've drawn it at about $1 million a year.
Okay.
He pulled that out of his rear end. I drew it out $1 million a year. He had to find a number that was high enough to encompass more people, but low enough where the real rich people, I can still go after you. But right now, his definition today is working class or anybody who makes under $1 million. So he's looking out for everybody who's making under $1 million. Anybody believe that? Anybody at all believe that?
So anyone under $1 million a year in income is working class?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
That's not what I'm saying. Oh, silly reporter. It just came out your mouth. You literally just said it. And then he thought about it after so you're saying anyone making no, silly. No teleprompter, direct question, fell apart. I applaud her for being that direct with him and then coming back after he said $1 million. So that's the threshold. No. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Nothing.
In terms of the practicality when it comes to fiscal policy.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
God have mercy on our souls, because this clown show that we're watching happen, this entire Democrat socialist thing, is just one big clown show. And the head clown turned into it. I'm asking you a question. I'm here to do an interview with you. I'm from the New York Times. So you're saying this? No, not at all. So what the hell did you just say? She was asking him to define who is in the working class. He threw out a number. Then she said, "That's it?" No, no. So he couldn't even answer that question. This is a group of people, a cadre of communists who can't tell you specifically what they're coming after, because if you knew what they were coming after, you would be freaking out. $1 million wasn't enough. $1 million isn't the threshold. What's working class? I don't know. Well, if you don't know, why do you keep saying it? If you don't know, why does Bernie keep saying it? AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. What the hell are you people talking about? Is there no document on any website, anywhere with the DSA or anywhere that says this is the working class? No, there's not. Because working class to them means people who aren't working. Let's just pull the veil off at this point. That's what they mean. They're going to come for everybody, no matter if you're making 25 or 30 grand a year. They can't exist. It doesn't matter to them. They have to feed their beast. And that beast requires you paying for people who aren't making anything. You know, one of the things that I've always thought is, what the hell does this Medicare for all thing mean? Because we know Medicaid is supposedly the health care for poor peoples. So they're already covered. Have you thought about that? Have you thought to yourself, the real extreme poor in this country get Medicaid? They already get free medical. So what are you saying? You don't want me to have to pay, so you're going to give me universal medical care and just charge me for the subpar care? Does that make sense to you? Have you ever thought about it that way? The poor people already get free Medicaid. Every single one of them that wants it, they get free stuff. So we pretty much already have universal health care. That's not the objective. The objective is to get into your bank account and your payment system. They need to get access so they can pull it out as needed. Well, you just heard Senator Murray talking at the conference. You know, people should be able to do this. We could be feeding people. You're already frickin' feeding them. Is there anybody who deserves SNAP benefits who aren't getting their benefits? Did the money Trump take and go to Iran and do the war? Are there people who are eligible and realistically needing food stamps, not getting their food stamps? No. They're still getting their food stamps. I've seen them. You've seen them. Well, we could be helping people with child care. Well, if they need it, who's not getting the child care? Who's not getting the medical attention that they supposedly need? It's already free. This is where it gets scary, because most of you probably don't know because you're not the ones that need it. And so when they're saying, you know, we need to give this and all this other stuff, the part that people don't understand is they're already freaking getting it. Have you thought about that? When you see the people with the bus pass and you see the people with the fake EBT card, fake credit card that they use as an EBT, when you see them getting Medicaid, who are they talking about? When they say these people have to make a decision between getting a sandwich and paying for the water. Who? We already help people who can't help themselves, supposedly. But it doesn't stop there. Now, you just heard him say that. Now you're going to see at least one Democrat is realizing he's sounding the bell, and he's letting people know good people are now starting to pay attention. When I say good people paying attention, it's people like you. If you didn't know and didn't think to yourself, yeah, they're already getting the free stuff. Now you realize that they already get the free stuff. Who doesn't get the free stuff that's needed? When you heard her talking at the hearing, hey, she's got to make a decision between this and this. Who? It's all a charade. And listen to what Van Jones says here. I'm sorry, before that, this is Keith Ellison yesterday, as this Democrat civil war is beginning to heat up. So he comes out to a socialist, I don't know, pep rally, and that ain't good enough. It's not good enough.
And so let me tell you, I used to be the congressperson for the 5th Congressional District. And when I decided to leave that job and become your Attorney General, and thank you for that, by the way, I worried, are we going to have somebody who is absolutely take no shit from anybody get into that job? Are we going to have somebody
I don't know what they're yelling, but they decide we're going to eat you. We're coming for you now. I don't know what it is they're yelling, but it ain't good. Here's a Democrat Attorney General of Minnesota, meaning he's one of the crooked ones already, and he ain't crooked enough for these people. Now we got to eat you. The monster has completely turned around. Frankenstein has come home. This is what you guys created. This is what you wanted. Now you never realized they were going to turn around and devour you. Just take down the Democrat Party, and you wanted all these people to be your orcs, and now the orcs have turned around and they're feeding on Democrats.
Thank you. You know what? Let us.
You know what's funny? The people standing behind him don't know what to do. Hey, you told me to come sit here and hang on to these signs and stuff. You didn't tell me I'd have to deal with the orcs myself. What are we supposed to do? They didn't plan on this. These people are more organized than the organizers.
Come on, guys. Okay, I got you, brother. We're going to let them have their moment.
I'm serious. Look at the people on stage. The lady on the far right's like, what are we supposed to do? How do I get back to my car? These people are crazy. I got $50 to come sit in this chair. I don't know what the hell these people are doing. They're serious. We're play actors. We're out here supposed to do this kind of stuff. We're cosplaying. Them people serious. The Democrats have created this, and I think this is where it's headed. Tomorrow's show, I don't know if there's going to be a press conference or anything, but I'm going to go over, Ashley had put up something. I'm going to go over Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. And what's interesting as you will learn about Saul Alinsky is that these people who were nuts, the Ellisons, the Tim Waltzes, they're not nuts enough for these people. They have want to push them aside. We need to take your spot. That's how bad it is.
Thank you, guys. Hey, look, let me tell you, I believe in freedom of expression, so let's give it a hand for our friends over there.
Let's clap for the orcs. I got the signal. Applause, please. Oh, we're all going to applause for the orcs.
They get to be a part of it too. Now, all right, a quick message to my friends on the far left.
Quit pooping in the Kool-Aid bowl and telling us that the turds are ice cubes. They're not ice cubes, and I want to talk about it. I am tired of a set of people on the very far left in the Democratic Party. Ideas that are literally insane.
This is comedic relief. This guy is talking about people on the far, far left. He was the far, far left. You are the far, far left. And now you're freaking out because these people moved the bar way over there. And now you're sick of them. Well, you weren't sick of them when you were talking about them. Oh, yeah, now they want free everything. Now they want, Hamas to kill Israel and do all the crazy stuff. You're like, wait a minute, my donors, I made a lot of money being, supposedly the liberal. And now you're finding out that these people can't be contained. They are off on their own right now. And you're so concerned because I bet you there are a lot of Democrats right now who are sitting back and going, phone's ringing, do something. Do something. You did this. You and Hillary and Obama, y'all did this, and now these people, these kooks are taking over.
Nutty, moronic, dangerous, bigoted, are not progressive. They're regressive, and they should not be in our party.
I'm not living in communist America. I mean, I know the talking point is, well, it's not communism, it's socialism. Okay, I've read the quotes from the DSA platform, from their own mouths. Don't tell me I'm not seeing what I am seeing. They say.
See, that's the key. That is the key right now. If people like Van Jones and Bill Maher, whose navigational beacons were all like way over here, if they are now saying, wait a second, wait 1 second here. What the hell is this? That's a Trump voter. He won't ever say it. Van Jones, that's a Trump voter. Stephen A. Smith, that's a Trump voter. Because, first and foremost, the part that everybody likes to overlook, they got a lot of money. Stephen A. Smith, lots of money. Bill Maher, lots of money. They know what's coming for them. These socialists believe what they are talking about. They want to take your assets. It was kind of funny before Trump sucks and let's vote for Kamala. Nothing really is going to change for them. They know that. I mean, all the way since, I don't know, Clinton and then Obama, what really changed for you personally? I mean, we all went to the rallies and we all talked and we all did these things, but what really changed for you? Now imagine you're basically the elite, and then nothing, definitely nothing. You don't even have to ask. They don't care. What, pay a little bit more taxes? No big deal. I'm Bill Maher. I'm probably worth 20 mil, maybe more. I don't care. I'm Van Johnson, or Van Jones rather. I get all kinds of donor money, millions and millions. I don't care. My life doesn't change. I'm on private jets. I got limos all over the place. I'm LeBron James. I'm fine. What do you mean they want to take everything? Oh, yeah, we're going to take everything. We're going to make it all equal. We got to take from you and give it to these people who aren't working. They're serious? Yeah. And they're winning? They're serious and they're winning. See, it was fine when they were just serious, but now it's serious and they're winning. You think back to when Bernie got booted out by Hillary. They're like, haha, nice, Bernie. Yeah, here, take a couple of houses and get the hell out of here. Now, you can't stop them. We just need to get our act together. All we've got to do is vote them out. All we have to do is stop fighting ourselves. These people can't possibly win. They've pissed off even the people who used to. I'm telling you, even the people on The View. Whoopee? Nope. These people are like, oh my God, you're going to force me to vote for Trump or whoever the Republican is? Yeah. Here's your alternative. Your alternative is broke and no housing. The big mansions, oh no, we're going to divide that up and put 30 illegals in it. You can't have that 30-room house. That's way too much. You can't stop their march at this point. They had it under control with the Democrats, and they could play act and think that, we're just going against Trump and the Republicans and MAGA and the maggots. Oh yeah, we're playing tennis with insults, but nothing's really going to change. I mean, let's be honest. If Kamala had won, God forbid, what do you think they would have allowed her to do? When I say they, the deep state, what would the deep state really allowed Kamala to do? I think what we're seeing right now is the fear of the deep state. You built this thing in a laboratory someplace, and you gave these people and you shocked them to life, and then they figured out we can actually win. You weren't supposed to win. You're just supposed to sit on the porch and look scary. We still control this. And now these people are feeling emboldened. How do I know this? Because I just watched a debate where a guy went on stage and said he menstruated out of his butt, and nobody said anything. Huh? You didn't just usher this guy off the stage right there? You let this happen? You let the Nazi be the Nazi until you found out he had weenie pics? And then he said, well, let's fix him and get him off. But now Chevalier and all these other people are winning, and they're telling you, we're going to take everything you have. And the elite won't like that.
Things like, takeover of key industries, government, that's communism.
And this comes amid reports of tension between Bernie Sanders and Hakeem Jeffries, the House Minority Leader personally calling the socialist senator, telling him to stop meddling in Democratic primaries. But
hey, Bernie, cut it out. Stop this craziness. And Bernie's like, no, we're going after the millionaires. Oh, no, billionaires. We're going after the billionaires. You got our donors all freaked out, bro. You got to back off. No, we're coming now. We've already put out the orders, Sauron or whatever, the evil eye. We're making the orcs, we're marching, and we're winning. See, Bernie's never tasted that before. I mean, he did well himself, but now we're seeing these people win all across the country in blue areas. It's terrifying the Democrats. They thought it was just going to be like Halloween for a while.
Sanders wasn't taking his orders. Over the weekend, Bernie teamed up with far-left Michigan Senate candidate Abdul El-Sayed for a campaign rally that was a doozy. Watch here.
Brothers and sisters, let me tell you, change is coming. Progressives have been defeating establishment candidates all across America. Now, brothers and sisters, the entire country is watching this election, so there's an enormous responsibility on your shoulders.
Well, let's
Oh, he's feeling it now, brothers and sisters. When did Bernie start saying brothers and sisters? I don't know if he listened to AOC or what, but Hakeem Jeffries was like, cool it. And Bernie's like, we're just getting started. We are just getting started. You and Chucky and Liz, you're done. Me and my cohorts of chaos are about to kick you all to the curb.
I cannot tell you, this phone has been blowing up all day. Governors from both parties, senators from both parties, Democrats in the House calling, thanking me for saying what everybody's been saying behind the scenes, which is that this stuff is going too far. I am a progressive Democrat. You want to talk about prison reform? I've done it as well as anybody, Republican Democrats in the South with Trump. I've done prison reform. I never said have no prisons.
It is July 21st, 2026 as I make this video. You're telling me, Van, you didn't realize your video was yesterday. You didn't realize till July 20th? Hey, shit's got out of hand right now. I mean, this is crazy. They've been saying it all along. Why now is it getting crazy? AOC, Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar, before she lost, Jasmine Crockett, Pearson, the guy with the big fro from Tennessee, Padilla, they all been saying it. They didn't mean it. It was easy to stand up and do the things they did. Now the panic has set in. These people really are winning. They're really winning at this point, and it's sweeping the country, and the kids are buying into it. And that's why I'm telling you, the differences that we have to be set aside, and we have to coalesce. We are so close to exterminating these people if we just understand the goal. It's crazy.
You're going to put the Klan. I've done police reform. I never said no police. Where are you going to put the pedophiles? Who's going to grab the pedophiles? This stuff is going too far.
I didn't even think about that till he said it. All these people have been screaming about Epstein for like 3 years or whatever, and now all of a sudden, no police. Well, who's gonna make sure that the Epstein type people don't start doing stuff to kids? No, it doesn't matter. We don't need police. Okay, you don't need anything. We don't want to prosecute. We don't want to put people in jail. They are so far to the left at this point. All you're seeing is taillights. And now they can't put this genie back in the box.
Part of the thing that has to happen is we saw what happened in the Republican Party when things started going in a nutty direction and nobody stood up. I am happy that the young people are fighting for affordability, Medicare for all the good things. I've been waiting my whole life to see a youth movement do what it's doing. But it's being hijacked by people who are putting in nutty ideas supporting terrorists, nutty ideas saying that we don't need cops in prison. We can't deport anybody even if they rape somebody. Who said this?
How bad does it have to be that Van Jones and what's the other crazy Cajun, James Carville, they're saying you're too crazy. Imagine you ever would have been sitting in a bar with these radicals and they're like, they're too crazy. We got to do something about them. My phone's been ringing off the hook saying, can you do something about the crazies? Can you kind of like bring the crazies together and make them stop? Nope, you can't at this point. This guy in Michigan, and then who did I see today? Peggy Flanagan, who's running for senator in Minnesota. Every single one of them are taking the same platform. They are all admitting at this point they're all in on Democrat socialism, i.e. communism. There's no such thing as Democrat communism. That's why MAMDANI was laughing. I don't know, million sounds good right now. I don't care. We're coming for it all. And now you got rich Democrats, elite Democrats, who are starting to say, we got to do something. I find it amazing that Van Jones said my phone was ringing off the hook after I said what I said, when every single one of us on the right have been saying it for months. These people are bat poop crazy. Just now, all of a sudden, your phone's ringing off the hook? Why is that? Why is it that your phone finally rang off the hook? I'll tell you why. They needed someone they could say, get in there, get back in the ring and fight. You see, there hasn't been any other Democrat who they can pick on to go do something. Hillary? She gets chewed up and spit out. Obama? Nope, they ain't gonna listen to him either. Michelle Obama? No, she's too aloof. She's got a $14 million mansion in Cape Cod and another house in Hawaii. You're all the enemy. That's what they don't understand, is that you built up a facade of being the opposing party when you're the same people. You and I have both said that. Oh, it's a uniparty. Yeah, George Carlin, it's a big party. They ain't invited, big club. But now, for the first time, we're seeing that outsiders are trying to get kicked in the door to the club, and they don't want membership. They want to strip the chandeliers. They want to sell the silverware. They want to just be like locusts. And that's what's freaking them out at this point. They don't want to be in your club. They don't want to be in the Republican club. They don't want to be in the Democrat club. They've been telling you our designs are to take over the Democrat Party and feed on it like termites. I don't want to be in your club. I want to take your club over, tear it down, and give little pieces of it to everybody else. Now they're afraid. Now they're vulnerable. Now they're not going to have any choice but to come closer to our side, even if they have to do it in secret. There is no way that they have lived their cushy lives on their private jets and their big mansions and their fancy vacations to now having their own party say, we're going to have to take that from you. Now it's hitting close to home. They don't want none of that.
Chevalier. Where does Chevalier?
Chevalier is going to be, is
Yes.
the Democratic nominee, DSA nominee for Congress now from the Bronx in New York.
I just want to say that there was a shockwave through this party when MAMDANI, who everybody's excited about, stabbed in the back Espiat, who was the chair of the Congressional Hispanic.
Okay, let me explain to you what he just said. Espiat, I believe his name, Espillat, Espiat, was the incumbent Democrat running against Chevalier. And he got the shiv, and Chevalier won. That is freaking him out. Like, wait a second, did you really shiv him? Yeah.
Beloved by everybody, who backed Mamdani. Mamdani said, I will back you. Then he turns around, stabs him in the back.
Chevalier.
And backs Chevalier, who has no credentials except she's known for having celebrated October 7th murders of Israelis on October 8th and never apologized. This.
See, now it hits home. Mamdani was backed by Espiat. Espiat says, okay, I'll go ahead and do this to you. And then he gets in, and what's he do? The very first chance he gets, he tells Espiat, I'm going with her because she's anti this, anti that. And she's everything. Actually, she's everything you're not. She's everything I want. And so now we have to kick you to the curb. You're out, Tom. You're done. Right to his face. It wasn't no backstabbing. They eliminated him. He was in their way, and they celebrated shortly thereafter. And now Van Jones realizes not only these people that we built, are we scared of them, we can't trust them. See, one of the things I'm pretty sure the elites understood, both Republicans and the Democrats, rhinos, MAGA, they all understood, I can count on you, right? You're not going to double, come around and hit me in the back. Yeah, I got you. I got you on this. And now the Democrats are realizing these people want our blood. They'll do, when they say by any means necessary, they really mean by any means necessary. They are going to take anybody out. So right now, you can sit back and look at the carnage, and we could laugh and say, wow, they're eating themselves. Look at the civil war that they're having. But understand, as soon as they're done with the infestation of the Democrat Party, they will turn to us. And they won't care whether you are complaining about what Tucker said or what Candace Owens says or Alex Jones says or HR 9535. They don't care what you think is important. If they did it to them, if the guys like Carville and Van Jones are basically coming out telling you we're afraid of what these people are capable of, where the hell should we be doing? What should we be doing? What should we be concerned about? You got a little bit of time right now. Right now, their focus is on here. Let's go ahead and cannibalize these Democrats. Let's win this seat. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then they're going to turn. And once they get enough power, they've already told you what we're going to do. Democrats didn't believe them. Okay, you little socialist. They've already told you. As soon as they are able to turn their sights on us, it may be too late. And that's kind of why I'm trying to tell people we need to come together and destroy these people because they're vermin. We need to eradicate them. We cannot let them turn the corner and look at us and say, you're next. Otherwise, we may end up like the people in Nicaragua. Nah, we're not having elections anymore. Nope, just decided, woke up, didn't like the taste of my oatmeal, and I just decided to walk out here and say, no elections, we're done. President MAMDANI for life. Be careful.